Great. Now I'm going to cast some spells.
What was that?
Keep your ward up so I can
Kill him.
No sign of him.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 239 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with Gamersups, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description, where you can also go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a very small mod called the Simple Gameplay Tweaks mod. And the mod page reads that this mod contains some little gameplay tweaks that I personally use. It includes shouts, dual wield blocking mechanics, and more. And some of the features along with this mod, as they just said, there's a simple shout tweak that's mostly based on Elysium's Thunderchild. While they no longer use this mod in their recent playthrough, they still appreciate its movement to vanilla shouts, and since most of the modern perk overhaul mods that we use enhance shouts by perks, they didn't want the shouts to be overtuned and become too overpowered. So they took most of the vanilla shouts improvements, fixes, and quality of life changes in Thunderchild and edited a bit to fit their preference. They also made it so the summoned heroes from Call of Valor are stronger by giving them more appropriate perks and Nord hero weapons. And now a lot of what you guys have probably been waiting for, the simple dual wield blocking part of this mod, which is a very simple port of the dual wield blocking mod. It has bashing and blocking, and there's so many things that you can do while actually dual wielding weapons now. And the mod page reads that this allows you to block and bash by pressing the right mouse key, or LT as we do on the controller, just like you're using a shield or a one-handed weapon. It also allows you to choose what arm your character will use by moving while attacking. If you attack and move to the right, your character will use the left arm, and if you attack while moving to the left, your character will use the right arm. It also allows all the animations to still be accessible, and fighting while dual wielding is still just as easy and satisfying. And then finally, moving on to the other simple gameplay tweaks of this mod and the other quality of life changes, Ancient Knowledge gained from the Lexicon gives you a 25% bonus to Dwarven armor and weapons now, and Blacksmithing now increases 15% faster. Your sprinting stamina drains has been reduced from 7 to 5, and your stamina and magicka regen delay has also been reduced. And finally, another thing that they add that I really like is the included horse movement speed and handling tweaks from the other diversified horses mod that's also included here. So the mod creator was absolutely right. This is a very simple gameplay tweak mod. It has a bundle of a bunch of different things that have just been fixed. You know, we got quality of life improvements and just other improvements and upgrades to our Skyrim game that, you know, I feel as though are good changes and they add to the game, all within a 19.17 kilobyte mod. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 5 spot. So I'd strongly recommend downloading the simple gameplay tweaks mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have a brand new enhancement to the RPG mechanics in Skyrim, and we do this with the Immersive Speech Dialogues mod. The mod page reads that vanilla speech dialogue options are overhauled to have more personality and be suited for more immersive role-playing. In short, success and failure speech options are now differentiated, there's rewritten lines for more personality, and it's compatible with other quest-changing mods. Now, the thing that actually drove the mod creator to create this mod is because in the vanilla game, speech dialogue options are somewhat lackluster to their taste. Not only are success and failure options completely the same, they didn't even have enough personality or flavor either to make the player character feel like a character in a story, but more so just a vessel for the player to explore Skyrim. They are written to sound neutral and bland to accommodate every kind of character in the player's heads, but without real choices in the story, the characters are at best, well, in their own heads. Role-playing games should have players' personality reflected in-game and not just in their heads. But if a game can reflect a player character's personality through a variety of choices, then it should be so. So how this mod was implemented is it shouldn't change Skyrim's narrative design so drastically to turn it into a perfect roleplay experience, but instead gives more flavor to the player's speech dialogue choices to reflect persuasion and intimidation. This is an amazing mod because it makes it so whenever you go to approach someone and there's a speech dialogue option box there, you'll actually be able to see different text based on your speech skill. It won't just always be the same exact text, kind of like whenever you're trying to get into the Winterhold College, you'll always say, oh, I think we both know I'll succeed here. But, if you're confident enough and, you have the skills, then yeah, that would make sense. But if not, then no, it doesn't make sense. But the dialogue option is still always the same. This mod changes it so if you are skilled enough to actually enter into the college right away or your speech skills high enough, your character will act insulted that they need to be tested before entering into the college. But then, if you go back and you have a low speech skill and you try to do the same thing, then it'll say what it did in the vanilla game, that you think you'll both succeed here. So yeah, now both dialogue options are different whether you have a high enough or low enough skill. Now what this means is that every time you talk to an NPC that has one of these speech things, whether it be persuasion or intimidation, you now have double the amount of choices to choose from. Whether you have a high enough skill or a low enough skill, the options will be completely different and you'll always be saying something different to these characters, and I really like that about this mod, and that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 4 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Immersive Speech Dialogues mod and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 3 spot, now I'm always looking for new music mods to bring to Skyrim, but I'm always looking for specific types of music mods, and this one checks every single box in my book here. This is the Skyrim Musical Overhaul, which changes all of the music in Skyrim to select tracks from Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and ESO. Now this is absolutely amazing because it combines so many different tracks to whenever you're exploring Skyrim, and I really like this because all of the old tracks, and the reason why I always look for mods like this is because, I'm sorry guys, but Oblivion is my favorite soundtrack of all time, not Skyrim. Oblivion, it might just be because that was the first Elder Scrolls game I played and I have a lot of memories with that. We got the nostalgia glasses on and all that stuff, but I am just a sucker for the Oblivion music. I absolutely love it, and the fact that they include not only Oblivion, but also Morrowind, Daggerfall, and Elder Scrolls Online music as well, this is absolutely perfect because not only is it exploration tracks as you're going around, you also have new combat music, cave exploration music. They even have the same cave exploration music from Oblivion, which I even sometimes use in some of these videos here, so whenever it comes to music and Elder Scrolls music, this is the number one-stop shop. But enough of me just talking about how amazing the mod is, let's actually listen to some of these amazing tracks that we all know and love. So if you're looking for a musical overhaul and you're feeling a little nostalgic and you want to hear some older tracks from maybe Oblivion, Morrowind, or Daggerfall, then the Skyrim Musical Overhaul is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out because it integrates all of this music seamlessly and it adds to pretty much everything you do in Skyrim. Everything you do in Skyrim will now have this great melody over it that we all know and love, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 3 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Skyrim Musical Overhaul. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have a brand new badass looking armor mod pack, and this is the Inquisitor armor compilation. The mod page reads that the Inquisitor is a grim figure looked upon with equal measures of awe and dread, for they have the authority of an investigator, a judge, and an executioner. While the people of Skyrim agree that the Inquisitor's work is critically important, rare is the citizen who does not feel pangs of dread whenever they lay eyes upon one. For it is understood that most Inquisitors would sooner burn an entire village to the ground than see a single Daedra worshipper go free. By blade, crossbow, and torch, they're determined to cleanse Skyrim of evil. This mod adds a lore-friendly light and heavy armor perfectly suitable for vampire hunters or huntresses, and it's craftable under the leather and steel categories. It comes in 2 different colors as well, which are black and dark brown. And as you can see as I'm showcasing this armor here, it looks absolutely badass. I really like the hat that comes along with it. But you can also mix and match different types of armor sets along with this armor set here, because this comes with 3 different sets, or it may be even 4, because we have light and heavies and then black and dark brown. So there's a lot of different, combinations that you can do, whether it be black and dark brown, a fully black, somewhat dark brown and then black. There's a lot of different color combinations that you can use, and a lot of these look really good together as well. It's not just like all of the black is just supposed to be put together and not mix and matched. This mod was made to be mix and matched. So if you're looking to change up your style in Skyrim, or maybe you're just looking for that next badass looking armor set, then the Inquisitor armor compilation is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, because it checks all those boxes, and it's also a very powerful armor set as well, so it's even good for late game characters. So I'd recommend downloading the Inquisitor armor compilation mod and cleansing Skyrim of all of its evil. Coming in at our number 1 spot this week, we have a player home mod pack that's just under 5 megabytes and includes some of the most beautiful houses in Skyrim. This is the Northward Homes Bundle mod, and it's a merge of 6 player homes made by Northward. These include the Riftcastle Lodge, the Bleak Cottage, the Shipwreck Cove, Elysium Falls, Windstead Cottage, as well as Hobbington Hole. Now, although this is a bundle mod, I really like this because it makes it so it includes all of these house mods all into one mod, and as well on top of that, it's not just a copy-paste job of house mods. All of these house mods were built completely differently and for different types of players as well, so if you're having a pirate playthrough, you might want to live at the Shipwreck Cove, or if you have a mage, you might want to go to the Windstead Cottage, or if you're playing, maybe a wood elf, you want to go to the Hobbington Hole, There's different types of homes for different types of players. So this isn't just, oh hey, this is all of my player home mods just jam-packed into one mod, let's just ship it out the door and they'll download it. It was actually very strategically put together, I feel like, because you can now download one bundle mod that includes a bunch of different houses, and it's no longer just building a load order for your specific character now. You can download this mod and keep it in your load order, and no matter what character you end up choosing later down the line, you then have a player home that's built for that character with this mod here. So I think it's a really, really good idea. You have a bunch of different house mods at your disposal, and they're all extremely beautiful and well made, but I really, really like the idea of combining a bunch of different types of home mods all into one bundle mod, so it can pretty much suit any type of character that you would want. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 1 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it and becoming the proud new owner of these beautiful new player homes. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.